guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match analysis from the match yesterday between Barcelona and Sevilla, where Barcelona yet again triumphed 5-1 against another league rival. We're going to analyze some key performances and key moments in this match, alongside mentioning 5 things that we did learn from this game as well. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. It would be very much appreciated. And also, if you are new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, the first thing that we've learned from this match is how well this team is performing, and you could say top 1, 2, maybe worst case scenario, 3 team in the world right now in Europe on current form. You can see, of course, lineup on the screen right now from yesterday's match, with according to SofaScore an average rating of 7.29, which for a team is quite high. You can see, of course, the ratings there for the players and the formation and how we did line up. Of course, Hansi Flick last second inclusion in the starting 11 was not planned to start this game. You can also see here the average and positioning of the players on the pitch. On the left hand side is the starting lineup, on the right hand side is where the substitutions did come in. So we're going to focus mainly on the left hand side. You can see, of course, Lamine Yamal and Hansi Flick playing as those wingers, but Hansi Flick tucking it inside a lot more than a winger probably should. You have that midfield three very congested of Casado, Pedri, and Raphinha. You can also see there who's the box to box, who's the more creative one going forward, and who's the deep lying one. Of course, Balde playing pretty high on the pitch, more high than Kounde, but still lacking that final touch in the final third. Now, with the substitutions coming in on the right hand side, you can see how advanced PabloTorre was. That was more so due to Barcelona's attacking threat. Fermin Lopez, of course, playing in the middle, Pau Victor playing in the striker position, and of course Gavi coming in deep, and Gerard Martin coming in on the left hand side. Now, some of these stats from this match: Barcelona did have a 67% possession with a 4.17 XG in this game, and that is freaking nuts. 7 big chances created, 21 shots, 5 corner kick, 6 fouls, 614 passes attempted, 17 tackles, 14 free kicks, 1 yellow card, which I believe was for Hansi Flick. 21 shots in this match, with 9 being on target. You can see the shot map there on the screen as well, coming from various areas, some from outside the box, some from inside the box. So you, of course, like to see that versatility when it comes to our shots. You can also see on the right hand side the heat concentration for this game, where of course is mainly spent in the middle of the park, but also a lot on the final third of Sevilla, where Barcelona actually used, according to the heat concentration, the left hand side more, which is very interesting. I thought Barcelona used the right hand side more, Lamine Yamal and Kounde, more than the left hand side with Ansu and Balde, but maybe that changed when the substitutions came in. The game was opening up a bit more. I'm not quite too sure. You can also see on the left hand side the average possession of where the ball was spent during the game, where you can see there 40% was spent in the halfway line, and then 39% spent in the Sevilla half. And of the 614 passes we did attempt, we completed 558 of them. We had 20 throw-ins, 69 final third entries, final phase passes, as well as in the 78th percentile. In terms of duels won, we won the majority of our duels, mainly being on the ground, not too much in the air. We also completed 57% of our dribbles in total, and also completed 53% of our tackles. But the reason why I mentioned the team is in the form of their life is based on this stat that you can see on the screen right now, where Barcelona sit currently very, very high in terms of percentile in all key aspects. Barcelona currently has 98th percentile in regards to goal, 93rd percentile in regards to attacking, 89th percentile in regards to possession, 92 percentile in regards to counterattack, 80th percentile in regards to defending, and 92 percentile in regards to pressing. Now, of course, the highest you can get is 100. We're pretty low on the physicality point of view, 41st percentile. But you can see there, of course, the most minutes during the season for Barcelona. Raphinha now overtaking Kounde, with him being benched against Alaves. Him, Kounde, and Lewandowski are the ones who have exceeded 800 plus minutes, with Inigo, Lamine Yamal, and Kounde very close there as well. You can see as well from the graph on the right hand side how balanced this team is, and these stats are all in comparison to the Europe's top 7 leagues in the world, not just the top 5 that as the stats traditionally show as well. You can see here where Barcelona are on the graphics per 90 as well. You can see how far away we are from the rivals. I believe these are all clubs in La Liga, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, but again, it just shows the level in which Barcelona are playing. We're conceding a little bit of goals, but we're dominating games so much that those goals conceded don't really matter, but still we have to prevent them. Flick actually mentioned in his press conference post-match saying that he's very happy with the performance, but he's very, very disappointed that we conceded near the end and did not get that clean sheet. I believe we only have 3 clean sheets in 13 games this season, if I'm not mistaken, but we've only conceded more than 1 goal on 2 occasions again in our 2 losses against Monaco and Osasuna. Apart from that, it's always been maybe 1 goal or, of course, the clean sheet. So the form is fantastic. We're performing high in regards to numbers as well in regards to Europe. Just now down to fine-tuning it to edge closer to perfection or close to perfection, because you can't really play a perfect game week in, week out, but getting close to that is, of course, every team in Europe's aim. Now, the second thing that we learned from this match is the importance and how crucial Inigo Martinez is in this team, as we continue to learn this as the season progresses. In the match, he got a 7.3 SofaScore rating, and I really want to highlight his heat map. You can see where he's playing mostly in this game, again due to the high line, but spending majority of the time very, very high up near the halfway line, and now in regards, of course, to defending. In the match, he had 90 minutes, he had a 0.3 XA, I don't know what that came from. He had 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 1 total tackle, was never dribble pass in this game. He had 2 ground duels, completed 1. He had 3 aerial duels and 1 all-3. He is Barcelona's main man in regards to defending in the air. No one else comes close to him. He lost possession 10 times, had 125 touches, 92% pass accuracy after attempting 116 passes and completing 107, so only misplacing there 9 passes. He attempted 11 long balls and completed 8. Again, those diagonals to Lamine Yamal is an absolute freaking cheat code. What Inigo is doing is now making me very, very curious on what Flick will do once Araujo and Christensen come back from injury, because we've been saying, well, not we, I've been saying this since the summer. You have to keep a player like Inigo. Left foot, experience, and the rough, raw dog ability of a defender. The one and out, booted out kind of defender. Brexit means Brexit, where they just get stuck in and they clear the ball. Because Barcelona never really used to have that. I think the last defender we used that used to do that was probably Mascherano, in my opinion anyways. A lot of our center backs lately have been very, very technical and not really, of course, have the ability to defend, but not have that natural ability to defend, where defending kind of comes second to them. But Inigo has just been absolutely sublime this season. And again, I have to highlight one more time, the left foot fluidity is second to none. Back in the day when we had PK and Mascherano, they were both right-footed, but again, in the back line, it was always PK, that one that was mainly conducting the possession, and he was always sparing it out wide to, Dani Alves, Xavi, Rakitic, whoever it may be down the right-hand side. He never went down the left-hand side. Even, back when we had PK Pollo, both right-footed. We started seeing the left-footed more so under Luis Enrique when he started to adapt with Samuel Umtiti, and we saw how fluid it is and how much easier it is in build-up play when you have a right-footed right center back and a left-footed left center back, and it just makes it so easy. And again, that comes down to those long balls as well, those diagonal switches to Lamine Yamal. So much easier to do it on the left foot than turning your body completely, shifting and doing it with your right foot, because it gives the opposition more time to press you and close down the pass as well. And Inigo's form cannot be underrated. Like I mentioned in the match review yesterday, I believe right now he is definitely 100% top 10 center backs in the world, top 5 if you're really making a good argument for him. That is the unreal form that he has been on this season. But now it comes to, I just realized I spelled importance wrong on the caption there, my bad. Actually, I'll fix it. It now comes down to really testing him now against the bigger sides, because we saw last season how he kind of was a bit lackluster in those bigger games. I remember the Clásico with the Rolling Stone, didn't really have the best performance in that game, but against Bayern Real Madrid, it'll be a true test for him. This is, of course, going to see what level he truly is at. Is going to be someone that we can just rely upon for games, or can he be someone to compete for that starting spot for the whole entire season? Now, the third thing that we've learned from this match is the ability of Pedri to conduct and change games on a consistent period of time. In this match, this brother got an 8.9 rating from SofaScore. You can see from his heat map, of course, mainly playing in the final third. You can see they're occupying more so the left-hand side of a midfield. In the match, he played 83 minutes, had 1 goal, an XG of .11, no assists with an XA of .65, 86 touches, 97% pass accuracy, only misplacing 2 passes. He had 3 key passes, he had 3 crosses, did not complete one of them, but he attempted 9 long balls and completed 8. Again, very similar to Inigo, all those switch-up plays from the middle of the park there, out wide to Kounde and Lamine Yamal. Created 1 big chance, had 1 shot, of course, on target. He attempted 4 ground duels and completed 1. He lost possession 9 times. He did not commit a single foul, but was fouled himself once, and he also had 1 interception as well. This is vintage Pedri performance, and you see why he is really making his mark in this team. We always talked about with Olmo, Fermin, PabloTorre, all these players that we do have in the midfield. What is Barcelona's best midfield 3? What is clear right now is that 1,000,000,000% it includes Pedri, and you know for a fact that when he's consistent and when he's on form, he is the best midfielder in the world in his certain position. Of course, there's going to be attacking midfielders who get higher goals and assists, so they'll be considered maybe better, but in his position, with the task that he does have and had in himself, there's no one better than Pedri. To be able to open up defenses, control the tempo of games, drive into the defense, being able to finish now, as well as we're seeing more and more over recent years, his ability to score from distance. He is just memorizing to watch it as well. I'm not going to compare him to you-know-who, but he gives me those. I think, of course, the other guy is better. I don't want to mention his name because okay, I'll mention his name. It's Iniesta. I think, of course, Iniesta is clear, but Pedri's having that Iniesta-esque impact on games where Iniesta used to be able to create stuff out of nothing, make 4 runs out of nowhere, dribble past 2 or 3 players, and we saw that in the game yesterday with Pedri being able to, again, it is Sevilla, they're not doing too well this season, so I don't want to glaze it too much, but being able to, glide through midfields is very, very, very rare, and it's second to none with people in the world of football as well. I cannot name you another midfielder off the top of my head who can make those runs from where Pedri is. Of course, attacking midfielders have to have this ability, but for an 8 to have this ability, it's a bonus. So just praying for Pedri to be fit the whole entire season, and you know what he'll be able to do for Barcelona. Again, as one of the captains of the team this season as well, basically the 4th captain with Ter Stegen being out, he's going to have an absolute influential role in this squad. Now, the 4th thing that we've learned from this match is how important Raphinha is leading the press for the team off the ball. His stats in this game are ridiculous. He got an 8.7 SofaScore rating. You see from his heat map, again, just all over the pitch. Left wing, right wing, middle, pivot, center back. He's just freaking absolutely everywhere. In the match, he played 66 minutes, had an XG of 0.11, had 1 assist for the second Lewandowski goal from the shot that he deflected to go in, had an XA of 1.14, 46 touches, 85% pass accuracy, only misplacing 5 passes. He had 4 key passes, he attempted 2 crosses and 1 long ball, did not complete either of them, created 2 big chances, had 2 shots off targets, had a total tackle of 5. He attempted 2 dribbles, completed both. Of course, won a penalty for Lewandowski's first goal. He attempted 11 ground duels and won 8. Lost possession 9 times. He did not commit a single foul, but was fouled himself once in this game. Again, what Raphinha provides off the ball is combating what he does on the ball as well. The balance that he provides for this team is absolutely sensational, and we saw this a lot last season, but again, we asked for more. We wanted that on top of course, goals, assists, being clinical in the final third. Raphinha should have gotten a goal in this game. If we're being completely honest, missed 2 chances and scored the 1 offside goal as well. He would have had, if he got a goal with these stats, probably looking at like a high 9.0 SofaScore rating. That's how ridiculous his performance was, and it takes a while for someone to recognize how good he is, because based on stats, maybe it doesn't look the most glamorous, but when you watch him, you see the impact. Again, what he does leading the press off the ball creates chances and wins the ball back for Barcelona quicker and gives Sevilla less time to think, less time to adjust, and less time to make movement. You saw that so much from like the 20th minute till halftime. He was the conductor, pushing the fullbacks, pushing the center backs, pushing the midfielders when they have possession, because he's just a tank engine. I don't know how he has that kind of stamina, but this is why we gotta be careful with him, because when you have this kind of stamina and you run this much, you could easily pick up knocks. But Rafa has been sensational this season for Barcelona. We know the ability of him, and now we're seeing it come to fold in front of our eyes. And the 5th and final thing that we've learned from this match is how good PabloTorre is off the bench for Barcelona, and how big of an influence that could be in tight and important games this season. Off the bench in the span of 14 minutes, he ended up picking up an 8.6 SofaScore rating, again, heat map wise, can't really tell much, but we do know he was playing more so off the right, coming in for Lamine Yamal, but was playing a lot more inside inverted, kind of like a right forward type of role. In the match, he got 2 goals, an XG of 0.6, an XA of 0.14, 10 touches, 18% pass accuracy, only attempted, 6 passes and completed 1, 2 shots on target, the 1 round duel didn't win it, lost possession 2 times, and also committed a foul. But what I want to talk about mainly with Pablo Torre is his ability to impact games from the bench. We saw how good he was for Girona last season in having that kind of role for them coming off the bench, but he was kind of a bit in and out of favor, so we didn't really get to see it too much. But we're seeing it a lot this season. When he's starting games, coming in, he's performing very, very, very well. Is he better than the likes of Fermin, Olmo, Pedri, Gavi? Probably not, but still, competing with those kind of players is going to put you down the pecking order, but he is still so good. Comes in and controls games, creates chances, conducts the composure in the final third, and in the defensive transition as well, likes to track back, make some tackles. This is what you want to see in a player that's going to come and play 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes off the bench. And then when he starts the games, probably should be starting, maybe if we play Sevilla a couple games later, maybe we're going to start in those games, but your games against Sevilla, your Las Palmas, those lower opposition teams, whether it's at home or away, you can use him easily to rest those kind of players that you expect to be playing ahead of him, for Min, Olmo, Pedri, Gavi, whatever the case may be. But a player like him will probably ask for a move soon because he's going to be sixth choice midfielder. But again, with players dropping in and out fitness-wise and injuries, he probably will have his moments here or there. But again, he is so good. What I love about Pablo Torre myself personally is his vision. When he's on the ball, takes 1 or 2 looks and always makes the right pass. We saw this a lot with other key players in the past. Again, don't want to name drop, but he has that ability, which again, very rare in football. I think Pedri can do it. I've seen Gavi do it, but just the ability to have the ball and already dictate what move you want to do, always scanning, always moving. Some of course midfielders do that a lot, but being effective and quick with it and backing a decision is what the rarity is in this case. And that's why Pablo Torre is going to be a very, very important player for Barcelona, and we saw yesterday how good he can be off the bench, and hopefully we can see this in bigger games as well. So that was my match analysis from the match yesterday between Barcelona and Sevilla. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything that we discussed and on those 5 things as well. If they're good ones and should we implement them, of course, to make the team improve them more than they already have this season. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.